In today's video, I'm going to talk about the new updates to the NMC UK TOC 2021 OSCE exams, especially focusing on the midwifery TOC 2021 OSCE exams. So, in last year, October 2023, there was an update to the TOC 2021 OSCE midwifery exams, and in this year, January 2024, there has been an update as well. So in this video, I'm going to put these two updates together and then share with you, my lovely viewers, especially those of you that are getting ready to sit your OSCE, your midwifery OSCE, with the NMC UK to get your NMC RM pins. All right. This is Josfyn Greatness. If today is the first time we are meeting, it is great and nice meeting you. Don't forget to hit on the subscription button so that you don't miss any of my videos, and of course on the notification bell, because if you just hit on the subscription button without hitting on the notification bell, you're going to miss some of my videos, which will mean that you miss out on some important information that this channel has for you. Don't also forget to share the videos with anybody that you deem will need it. Like it, comment on it, and follow me on my other social media handles, which I've got all the links in the description section below. So guys, let's get straight into the video. Lovely. So I'm just going to go straight onto the NMC UK website so that we are going to read these updates together. So number one update is about the VIVA, or some will say the VIVA. The VIVA exams the VIVA that has been added to the OSCE TOC 2021 midwifery exams. In a summary, what this VIVA is all about is that after you've written your exam, if you have stations that you have to resit, previously NMC will give you the feedback of the exam you did and why you have to resit some of the stations. But the VIVA has come as a blessing, I would say, because the VIVA gives you the chance to go and, redo what exactly, that's especially if your assessor or NMC sees that, oh, this candidate was quite good. Maybe it could be examination pressure that got you to forget some of the steps in whatever scenario you are given. You are invited to, try and see if you can correct yourself. But we are going to go straight onto the NMC UK website to read into details exactly what the VIVA is all about. And then the number two update is that some of the clinical skills has been taken out and replaced with other ones. So previously, in 2023, somewhere 2023, there was an update where the midwifery OSCE exam, we had IM injection, glucose monitoring of the newborn, and urethral catheter removal added to the clinical skills. But then a new update has come in this January 2024 where glucose monitoring, neonatal glucose monitoring, has been taken out and replaced with the VIP and IV flash. Guys, let's go straight into reading what the VIVA is about. OSCE VIVA information. OSCE VIVA go live statement. So this, guys, is on the NMC UK official website. All right. Following feedback from candidates and employers, we continue to explore opportunities to strengthen and improve the candidate experience when sitting the test of competence. The NMC carried out the VIVA pilot from May to June 2023 across all 5 test centers. The VIVA provided candidates with an opportunity to address an error they made in the OSCE assessment, and if successfully addressed, gave the opportunity to rectify the error in the marking of that station. During the pilot period, around 100 candidates were provided with a VIVA delivered across a range of different stations, demonstrating its agility to be applied effectively as designed across the OSCE. Due to the success of the VIVA, test centers will be rolling this out from Monday, 23rd October 2023. So guys, this VIVA came up on 23rd October last year. The VIVA will be available to candidates across all fields of nursing and midwifery, and those applying to join are registered as a nursing associate. It will be applied to one station initially, will not be applied to written stations, and will only be available to candidates setting their first attempt at the test. So take note. If you are resitting any station, you are not eligible for this VIVA. So this VIVA is just for candidates sitting their very first attempt at the test. All right. The VIVA does not change the level of preparation candidates need to undertake for the test, and there are no plans currently to make changes to the published marking criteria. The VIVA will not require new or additional learning and will not apply to those candidates that make errors in the test which constitute serious patient safety concerns. So guys, this does not also apply to if you make any error in the care that you are giving to a patient. Okay. So this is just a thank you to all test centers for their hard work initiating the VIVA and their dedication preparing their teams ahead of going live with these changes. So guys, now let's see what the VIVA is about.
3, 2, 1.
So what at all is this VIVA? This information was published also in November 2023. A VIVA is an opportunity that allows candidates who are performing well to verbally rectify an omission at the end of the station. It is used where a candidate fails to demonstrate their knowledge of one item of the marking scheme and will only be applied during a first attempt examination. It is not currently applied for resit exams as already stated in the previous screen recording. All right. So at the end of whatever station that you are writing, let's say for example in a station there are steps that in the marking criteria you need to verbalize or act out to be marked correct. So if for example you are doing maybe you are managing PPH and then you omit something that is not detrimental to patient safety, at the end of that station the examiner or the assessor is allowed to ask you, did you leave anything out? This just for example, is that all? And if you are still in time or you have extra time, she can ask you, do you have anything you want to add on, just to see if you can remember and add it. Okay, a VIVA can only be applied once per OSCE exam. It cannot be applied to silent written stations or to rectify poor technique in a practical skill station. It can be applied by the examiner only when the timer reaches 0 and if the examiner recognizes an omission within the station time. The VIVA involves a question being asked by an examiner and the candidate will have an opportunity to provide a verbal rectification example that he or she omitted to add a signature to a record. As part of the VIVA, candidates are not allowed to amend any record already made and are not permitted to demonstrate clinical skills. So, how will a candidate know if a VIVA has been applied? The examiner will ask a question at the end of the station and the candidate will have an opportunity to provide a verbal rectification. Candidates cannot request a VIVA. It is applied automatically by the assessor following the process outlined above. So here, the assessor has the autonomy to decide whether to give you a VIVA or not. You are unfortunately unable to request for one. Now, on what circumstances would a VIVA not be applied? It cannot be applied if a candidate does not demonstrate safety or competence in the station. It will be offered at the first opportunity regardless of if a candidate has failed any stations previously. If a candidate correctly rectifies their omission, the examiner will mark the station as a pass. However, if a candidate does not provide the correct rectification, then they will receive further information in the personalized feedback they receive. The results of the VIVA are moderated alongside the OSCE. The next question is, can I make an appeal if my examiner did not apply a VIVA? The VIVA does not impact on the appeals process for candidates. That is it, guys, for the VIVA on the OSCE TOC 2021 examination, NMC UK. the VIP or the IV flash clinical station that has come to replace the neonatal glucose monitoring is not a new station. So you still have the 10 stations to go through, just that the options to choose from, the options you are going to be tested on when you get into the first two clinical stations, which is the normal, midwifery, normal cases, you are no more going to get neonatal glucose monitoring in it anymore, because there's no more an option to choose from. It is now replaced with a VIP and the IV flash, which is together one whole clinical skill you'll be tested on. All right. So if you registered your exam after this new change was done, I mean this new VIP score was added to it, you are going to get your marking criteria document that will be sent to you. Will no longer have the neonatal glucose monitoring in it, but it's going to have the VIP slash the IV flash skills. So don't worry, you still have the new skill added to your marking criteria to make your studies towards or your preparation towards your D-Day a very easy and smooth one. So guys, that was all about the VIVA, what VIVA is all about. And I would say that in a nutshell, I would say this is kind of a miracle or is a blessing. Let me say it's a blessing to us, because previously, you get a feedback that you have 2 stations to reset, you have 1 station or 4 stations to reset. But this time around, you are going to be given the opportunity to try and see if you can correct your mistakes before, if you are not able to, get it at a VIVA also. That is when you are going to have a reset to do. So again, just to add on, the VIVA, when you are called for or summoned or invited, let me not use the word summoned, let's use the word invited. When you are invited for a VIVA test or a VIVA, you are not going to be giving feedback. Okay, it is only when you are called for a reset of any of the stations that you didn't do well, that is when NMC is going to give you feedback on the reason why they are asking you to come back for a reset. Because if they give you feedback about what you did and then invite you for a VIVA, then it's going to be an easy thing. Already they fed you with the information, you're going to get it and then move on. So that is what the VIVA is all about. Again, this is Josephine Greatness. If today is your first time coming onto this channel, kindly hit on the subscription button and then on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. To my return subscribers, guys, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos, sharing it, liking it. Don't forget to search for my debut single titled In This Place by myself, Josfyn Benson, hashtag Josephine Greatness, on all digital platforms worldwide. And and then on all social media platforms. Don't forget that this track has come to bless us all. Don't miss out on this. Until we meet again in my next video, it is take care of yourself and bye.